Escaping a domestic abuse situation is not easy, and often women hesitate to leave because there's children involved. But the Domestic Abuse Intervention Services Center offers help for both the children and the parents, so it's easier to leave. Karen Larson is the Parent and Child Youth Advocacy Program Manager at Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, or DAIS.
Volunteer children's advocates, because I haven't had a group meeting with them in a while.
Right. She works to help women and children escape domestic violence. It's an issue that hits close to home for her.
I had these two half-brothers who had witnessed and experienced domestic violence, and a mom who had experienced domestic violence.
Her mom went through this during the 60s. That was a time when Larson says there was very little options for help.
Just kind of knowing the struggle that she went through to leave just made me kind of have this mission or goal to be like, I want there to always be services for people.
She's now dedicated her life to helping others. And while she meets one-on-one with families, shelter lead Annalie Kaiser works to get rooms ready for domestic violence survivors.
We have people come and stay here who are in those relationships as a safe place. We're one of the few shelters here in Madison, and I love our shelter for multiple reasons.
Kaiser says families are allowed to stay in shelters at DAIS for up to 60 days. She says that time is crucial because it allows her team to come up with a game plan for the families.
Going with the next steps forward, so whether that looks like helping them find employment, housing, any kind of resources, that's what we're here for.
Kaiser says women escaping domestic violence situations often struggle with depression and PTSD. Because of that, she says they often see the same families over and over again.
And then there's also times where we do have repeats for sure. It's actually, the statistic is it takes 10 times before someone can completely leave.
Larson says one of the main concerns that parents have is the safety of the children. And she says having space for the kids to thrive has played a big part in their success.
We can really separate the kids into developmentally appropriate activities, which is so important. It just gives us a lot more space to do fun movement activities, which is really important for kids as well.
Larson says when she started learning about domestic violence, she had no idea how prevalent it was. Now that she knows what signs to look for, she says she sees it all the time. And she asks that you educate yourself to look for signs because one phone call could save a life. Reporting in Madison, Cody Taylor, Spectrum News.